In this video, I'm going to do a visual effects breakdown of our Christmas advent calendar that we did at my day job. So I'm going to talk a lot about Blender and 3D and also compositing inside of Davinci Resolve. So let's get to it. So the idea with this production was to make 24 episodes with different actors sitting in this chair and doing these Christmas rhymes. And we wanted to place the actors inside of this cozy cabin up in the north of Sweden where it snows and it's dark, but still cozy and welcoming. For me personally, this was the perfect opportunity for me to jump into Blender, learn more about it. So now I'm going to show you what I did in 3D for this production. Here at Turbo Squid, I found this very nice cabin that had snow incorporated into the model. So I thought this was perfect. I love the look of this cabin. So I bought this and downloaded it and started working on our exterior shot. So here you can see the finished scene of the exterior shot. So I'm going to work backwards and explain how I did this scene. So down here you can see that we have our cabin, and then we have this plane that works as a snow-covered ground. And then we have a bunch of trees filling up the rest of the scene. So I found that instead of going online and trying to find all of these assets one by one, there is a plugin called Blenderkit, which is an asset library that lives right inside of Blender itself. Here at the top, after you install it, you just press this little button here. So now I can search for whatever model I need. So for example, I needed a pine tree. And then I get all of these ready to go assets that I can just drag and drop into my scene. So this saved me a bunch of time, I can tell you. And I'm not sponsored, I just love this little plugin here. So I just dragged and dropped all of my assets from Blenderkit and placed it where I wanted them into my scene here. So for example, we have a bunch of tree logs here, I have a chair here, and we have a snowman, and we have a car. And I also found Christmas lights that I could decorate my house with. And also you can see that we have haze going in this scene so that we can hide the fact that there is nothing between the trees. And the ground here is just basically a plane with a little bit of displacement going, so it looks like a snow-covered ground. I also added a little bit of smoke going here from the chimney. It's very subtle, but there is smoke if you look closely here. And then I animated two cameras, one that is moving towards the house and one that is moving away from it. Because I wanted an intro scene and also an outro scene. I placed these two trees here in the foreground very strategically, just so that we can get a little sense of depth in the scene. So when I was done with the intro and outro scene, I started working on the interior scene. And I immediately discovered a big problem with my model, and that was it wasn't actually textured on the inside. It was only textured on the outside. But it wasn't such a big deal actually. I could easily texture the inside quite quickly and get going with the rest of the scene. And once again I used Blenderkit here just to drag and drop all of this object into the room here. You can see this fireplace here and the Christmas socks, and also even the fire going here in the background. If I play this, you can see we have a little fire going. And also the Christmas light here and the lamp and the carpet, everything from Blenderkit. Saved me a bunch of time to make this scene what it is. If we zoom out a little bit, you can see that I just basically took a plane here with a gradient, so we can have this blue shade of light going here in the window. And once again, here with the particle system, I placed this plane here and generate this snowing effect. The funny thing is that these particles are quite large. You know, snowflakes in real life would not be that big, but if it looks good in camera, it looks good on camera. So I placed also a tree here in the background. You can barely see it, but there are branches sticking out here on the side. So when this interior was done, I started to motion track all my 24 clips and imported these motion tracking data into this scene here. So as you can see here on the right, that I have all of these cameras from day 1 to day 24th. You know, we used a dolly, and I moved the dolly by hand. It wasn't motion controlled, so Even though I try to be very, smooth and try to keep the same speed, there's always a little bit of a difference when you move the camera. So I needed to track all of these 24 days to get the correct moving background into my shot. When importing all of these tracked motion data, you also get the background image. So now I could see how it looks with my filmed footage inside of my interior shot here. And also you can pull down the opacity so that you can see through your clip and make sure that the horizon in the film footage corresponds to the horizon of the 3D background. And this looks pretty good, but I did some manual adjustments on the camera. Maybe I moved it a little bit up or down depending on the shot. So once I had all my 3D renders ready, it was time to compose these assets inside of Davinci Resolve. Here inside of the Fusion tab, we need to start with keying out the blue screen and also the post-it notes you can see here in the background. The blue key was easy, just a delta key like this. At first I just did a simple mask to remove the post-it notes, but there was one clip where I had one of the post-it notes go behind my actor. So I needed a solution to combine two sets of keys. One for the blue screen and one for the green post-it notes. So YouTube to the rescue, there was a tutorial and you'd basically just do another delta key like this and then combine it in the mate control here. Now the post-it notes key here is actually also keying out our tree here. So we need to contain the green key by using masks here. So let's get these masks going. So right now I am only keying out the post-it notes where this mask is. And then we have another mate control to just fine-tune the edges a little bit. And then here we have a light wrap effect. If we zoom in here, you can see that the background actually is bleeding into the edge just a little bit. And the light wrap really helps to merge the background with the foreground. I wanted my background out here in the timeline instead of Fusion because I wanted to do a little bit more advanced color grading with the background. So if we jump in here to the color page, you can see that I did a little trick here. I added the light ray effect so we can get this beams going from the window here. As a finishing touch, I used a stock footage of a snowfall and just placed that on top of everything to just, trying to get it even more cozy. So that wraps up this visual effects breakdown, and if you want me to go more in depth into anything you've seen here in this video, just let me know, and also if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!